Hello everybody. Before we get into the video, I would like to say we are on the road to 100 subscribers, and over 90% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So please just consider liking and subscribing, and with that said, let's get right into the video. It wasn't too hard to come up with 8 shinies that I would change, especially in this generation. But some of the shinies I have on this list are shinies that I actually like and thought that the fanbase didn't like enough to the point where I would make changes. So with that being said, let's get right into the first change. Starting off, I decided to do Quirk. Its normal shiny is kind of just a desaturated version of its normal color, so I decided to make it more of an aquamarine color, while changing its beak and feet to a lighter yellow. I think this works really well, especially with its 2 pre-evolutions, and honestly this is what I think the shiny should have been. Next, I decided to make its body more purple while making its beak and feet red and yellow. I feel like this accents really well, and honestly, works great for this Pokemon. And here are my shiny Quirkwaffles together. Next up, I decided to do Tandem Out. Its normal shiny just changes its blue on its body to a yellow, and this honestly was kind of a letdown in my opinion. So for the first change, I made the one on the left blue and the one on the right pink. This is to signify the genders and also make it pop out just a little bit more. And for the next one, I decided to make them both brown, with the one on the left staying almost completely brown, and the one on the right having some white patches. I feel like this is the shiny we should have gotten, and in my opinion, works really well. And here are my shiny Mouseholds together. Next up is a Pokemon's shiny I actually kind of like, and that is Anihilip. Its normal shiny just kind of changes its arms to a lighter kind of blue-green color, while making its body slightly more purple. For the first shiny, I decided to make its arms deep purple while making its body a little bit darker gray, and its eyes orange. I feel like this really stands out, and honestly would make this Pokemon probably shoot up in everyone's tier list. Lastly, I decided to make its arms and legs black, while keeping its body more of a darker gray and making its eyes a ghastly blue. I think this works extremely well, especially signifying the ghost typing it now has. And these are my shiny Anihilip together. In the next spot, we have a Pokemon whose shiny was a complete letdown, and that is Palutena. They could have done one of a million things for this Pokemon, and instead they made its shiny just flip around its colors. So I decided to make the first shiny look more like a normal Tauros, while making its eyes red. I think this works really well and would also help to make it stand out in-game. Next, I decided to make its hooves and mane red, while making its body a darker black and its eyes blue. This works well with the fighting type, and also connects to its 2 regional forms. And here are my shiny Palutena together. Kicking off the second half of our list, we have Tinkerton, whose only shiny change is turning its hammer bronze. For the first shiny, I did what everyone wanted it to do. I made its hammer silver like shiny Corviknight, and changed its body to a nice bright purple and pink. I feel like this really stands out, and also fits with the lore of this Pokemon. Lastly, I kept the hammer the same, but changed Tinkerton itself to orange, and the blade on top of the hammer to more of a diamond blue. I feel like this also works extremely well, and either of these shinies I'd be happy with. And here are my shiny Tinkerton together. Next up, we have another slight letdown with Grievard. Its shiny just changes its hair on it to a yellow color, and honestly, it's not a good yellow either. So I decided to make its bones desaturated to look more like real bones, and I made its hair more of a ghastly blue-purple. This works really well, especially with its pre-evolution, if the shiny stayed consistent. Lastly, I decided to make its hair black and its body a dark gray. I feel like this would have been the best shiny that Game Freak could have made for any of the Pokemon in this new region. Here are all my shiny Grievard together. In the next spot, we have Flamigo, whose shiny just desaturates its colors. This is a big theme that I've seen in Gen 9, and I hope it's a theme that dies in this generation. So for my first shiny, I decided to flip around its colors, making its beak close to the color of its body, while changing its body to the color of its eye, and changing its skin to the color of its beak. I feel like this is a really good flip-flop of colors, and honestly stands out amazingly. The next shiny I made for it is a shiny that I think it should have been in the first place, making its body purple and its eyes a teal blue. This honestly fits really well with this Pokemon's design and should have been the shiny that we got. And here are all of my shiny Flamigo together. And last on this list, we have Baxcalibur, whose shiny just changes its body to a slightly greener blue, while changing its finger feathers to kind of pinkish purple. While this shiny isn't bad and I actually kind of like it, I decided to change it to more of a purple color, with its feathers changing orange and its eyes turning bright red. This is an amazing shiny in my opinion, and honestly, the shinies that this evolutionary line should have had. And lastly, I decided to make its shiny Godzilla, turning its body gray, while keeping the ice on its body blue, changing the feathers to green, and its eyes to a deep blue. I feel like this really highlights this Pokemon's design, and also the connection to Godzilla. And here are my shiny Baxcalibur together. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and leave a comment which shiny you liked, or what you would have changed. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Let's Go 115 signing out. Peace.